there's a slight bit of brown, so it does indicate that it's either a bit of carbon or there's a bit of dirt in there from the wet weather running. So make sure that's clean. Make sure your gasket, try not to bend that too much, just be gentle with it. Clean that up. And then you'll need to remove the piston. Just gently rock it, you'll see that it's dropped off. You can see it's dropped down. Just let it gently fall out, don't let it touch any of the ground. Just dab the top, don't wipe the top, because it's a good seal. This is what your carbon does, is it protects the piston, and that's why you want, when you break in the engine, you don't want to run it too rich and you don't want to run it too lean, but you want to build some carbon up and get some burning, because that's your protection when you're breaking an engine in. And if you do overheat the engine, the carbon comes off of the piston and not the aluminium, so you don't lose any compression.
The aluminum.
You can see the actual touching line, and that seems to be okay to me. There's no signs of any scoring or any pitting, so the air filter's been kept changed regular, so that looks good. So you can see this little grey line, and this is what you're looking for. You don't want it any bigger than this. If it's smaller than that, then it's showing that you're running it a little bit too rich. But this gap here looks perfect. It's got the right amount of carbon around the side of the piston. There's nothing blowing around the side of the piston, so it's showing as a good seal, and there's a lovely carbon seal around the top. And you can see on the exhaust.
Well, you heard the man, Mike Krodick. That is the tuner mechanic for Elliott Boots. One of the top, I'd say he's in the top 5 most of the time. 8-scale nitro buggy and truggy professional racers in the world, on the planet. And this video is really good if you want to get into maintaining your motor. Eventually, you know, you want to be able to learn how to take your motor apart to check and what to look for, and the signs of, you know, maybe you might need to totally tear it down and clean it, or where, you know, it's okay and you just do a basic clean. Anyway, he goes over this. I learned a lot from this video. You guys see what it's called. How to look after your Reds motor, even though it's Reds, but this applies to all your Nitro motors. The reason I'm showing you guys this is because Rick, by the way, shout out to everybody. Welcome. Muggy Maniacs, Truggy Maniacs, Buggy Maniacs, all the monster trucks maniacs out there, you know, still messing with them pull start, rotor start bullshit. But anyway, and 5th scale Insaniacs. That RC UK Max guy, if you ever watch him, he's showing some bullshit E-word stuff lately, so, you know, I throw my 2 cents with him. I always do. You know, tell him, you know, we don't want to see that E-5th, sure we don't want to see E-word, period, but we sure in the hell don't want to see 5th scale E-word. That's even, I don't know, I think it's even worse. I don't want to see no 5T, 5B electric. Oh man, that's a tragedy right there. But anyway, Rick, Nitro Rick, was talking, I was talking to him about carbon buildup. Now, I used to think that carbon buildup on your pistons that was no bueno. I thought, well, I need to clean all that carbon shit off. I want my piston nice and shiny. Well, until I watched this video, I was like, holy shit. I don't want to take the carbon off my piston, because the carbon, as you heard him say, is what protects the motor. So if your motor does overheat, instead of the aluminum coming off and your motor getting jacked up, your piston or your sleeve, the carbon will burn off. So that carbon, the coating of carbon on your shit is to protect it. So don't remove it. Unless it's charred and really, really bad, then that's different. But, you know, just carbon buildup is not I used to think it was a bad thing. It's not. So he just showed you and right there. So don't take my word. That's what this 20-year veteran pro right here is saying. So anyway, just wanted to show that clip real quick. But anyway, I will Well, actually, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my boy, and he's man. I didn't realize, until I started watching this guy. The last video this guy did was over 7 years ago. And why am I giving this one guy a shout out in particular? Because this guy has taken initiative. He's the one that won the contest. He's getting free goodies, by the way. Connor, if you're watching this, Mr. Wickpy, I didn't get an address from you, so you might want to shoot my email again or whatever. I got your box of goodies and, ready to go. And I even throw in a couple extras that I'm not going to tell you about. It'll be a surprise. But anyway, this guy, he actually he uploaded a video. I mean, this guy's taking initiative. This guy, I can see he's going at this thing like I think that if you're going to get into Nitro and get serious about Nitro, you need to. You need to put both feet in and quit, excuse my language, fucking around. If you're playing with E-words and you're playing with bullshit platforms, well, it's time to go out of it. It's time to, there's an old, it's biblical, but there's an old biblical scripture that says it's time to put all childish things away. So if you're jacking with pull starts and rota starts and Traxxas bullshit, those are all childish. Those are all toys, man. To me, especially Traxxas, and I'm going to touch a little bit on Traxxas because, even though I gave him props, and I'll give him props again here, he did a really good video. I don't know how you can be shy of doing a video because nobody's seeing your face. I mean, is your hand shy? I don't think your hand should be shy. I mean, for some of you guys, your hand definitely isn't shy. If you know what I mean. But anyway, so, he did a video, and he kind of gave everybody a good look. If you haven't watched it, I encourage, watch it. It's actually pretty cool. I got a lot to know. You get a chance to know a lot about a person by when they do videos. I think most of you guys, for the most part, you guys know how I am. I mean, I'm pretty self-explanatory. I don't hold no punches. I don't, sugarcoat nothing. I wouldn't say that gets me in trouble, but, hey, to each, if you don't like my channel, I'm not holding you hostage here. I'm not begging people to watch my channel. I really don't care if they watch it at all. If everybody just unsubscribed and Connor was the only one watching, Wickpy was the only one watching my channel, I'm cool. At least I know this guy is 100% sold out, all in for Nitro, man. He ain't playing with nothing else. He's got a few things that I didn't really, not that I was shocked, but I was kind of disappointed, and I'm going to tell him, and I think I already told him, and I'll tell him here, and tell everybody, I was disappointed because I seen the guy has Traxxas. I was like, oh man, I'm starting to like this kid. I call him kid, I mean, because 7 years ago, that was the only video that I seen that he had. He was 12 years old, I think he said. I mean, this guy's he's still youngin'. He's still a young whippersnapper compared to this old fart here. But, he's only in his 20s. So, I mean, at first when I seen that old video, I wasn't realizing, okay, that's 7 years ago. He's older now. I was just thinking, well, this guy's a young kid, even though he is. He's in his early 20s. He's still a youngster. And you can see how he has a pretty cool collection of Nitros, or and of RCs. But like I told him, the only two Nitros he has in his little Nitro cave there that's even worth the shit is the Hyper 7, okay, and the Losi. Alright? Everything else is, conversational pieces, and I wouldn't run anything else. Especially the Traxxas T-Max, I call T-Bag, and the Revo, I call them the, Reject, or whatever. Those Traxxas, I wouldn't even run those things. Let them sit, shelf queens. I would sell them personally and invest the money you get from those in the two RCs that you got. Because you can make that Losi a badass. There's a lot more you need to do, but you can. And that Hyper 7 can be a badass too. I mean, I would sell the T-Bag and the Reject Revo, or I think it's Revo, I think that's what he has, the Revo, and take that money and invest it in the platforms you got. Because I would never run those things. And why can I say that? And like I think I've told you guys before, but let me give you the lowdown on why I talk so much shit about Traxxas. Okay, I ran Traxxas, okay, when they were new. before most of you guys were even born. Traxxas came out 80, I believe it was 88, maybe 85. Traxxas came out, that was over 30 years ago. Some of you guys weren't even alive. Wikipy wasn't even alive. You weren't even alive, bro, when Traxxas came out. I was one of the first, well, not one of the first, but I mean, I had a Traxxas Bandit. E-word. It's an E-word. Okay, that was my first RC, I believe. I had some Tamiya ones. Tamiya was, you know, they made a lot of reissues, but I had some Tamiyas. But for the most part, I had Traxxas. I ended up converting that thing into a 10-scale Associated E-word. Back when Associated first came out with the stealth trannies and, you know, so forth. And it was mostly Traxxas, Losi, and Associated. There was a few HPI stuff was getting big at that time. They were kind of new. You know, and there was other manufacturers. But most of those were the main ones. And I'll tell you, man, it was a lot different than it is now. E-word actually took some talent because there was no brushless. You know, everything was brushed. You had brushes. Your motor, they didn't even know what the hell brushless was even invented then. Okay, it was brushes. You had brushes in your motors. And that was kind of how you tune your motor. It's kind of like a nitro clutch, where you have clutch shoes and clutch springs and all that. Same thing with old E-words. The brushes had springs to hold the brushes in, and you could change the different spring tension, different compounds of your brushes, and that made the difference of your motor getting, you know, being faster. Okay, the winds on it and so forth. I think with the lower winds, like a 12 wind was crazy. Then you had the higher 25 winds and so forth. I mean, E-word took some talent back then to you know, run E-word. Now, I mean, it doesn't take no talent. Brushless motor, you don't have to deal with brushes anymore. You just get the biggest motor you can, biggest battery you can, drop it in any whatever you want, and away you go, and you're doing 150 miles an hour. Zero talent. Zero skill. Period. Even back then, Traxxas didn't have Nitro. Traxxas didn't come out with Nitros till later. So I never ran the until later, never ran the old Traxxas Nitros. But, you know, even Traxxas Nitros now, I mean, the Traxxas, they're not even Nitros. Those things have a freaking E-word electric motor in it to start the damn thing. Those 3.3s that come in the Traxxas, those things are garbage. Piece of shit. I wouldn't even use that thing as a pencil sharpener. Okay? So anyway, I raced, not actually for Traxxas sponsor, but I raced Traxxas, okay? And, you know, I was getting my ass spanked, obviously, by Associated and Losi. This is probably when Adam Drake was just coming into it. Him and Brian Kinwall were the ones that pioneered a lot of it. So, anyway, just a little history on why I talk so much shit about Traxxas. And John, he knows, he's been around, and he was running Jados and he, you know, and Revos and all that, and it took him to get his Losi. Once he got his Losi and he started running, for actually the first time, you can go watch the video, he ran his Losi 8 4.0 Truggy. He never touched another monster truck, pull start, rotor start. He was like, that's it. Don't waste your time. They're all headaches. Bullshit. Okay? So, especially Traxxas. So, I mean, you know, when I seen Wikipedia had a Traxxas, I'm like, oh no, this guy has a Traxxas? Oh my gosh. I almost stopped watching the video. I'm just kidding. No, but I wouldn't run those things. I mean, they're headaches. Traxxas, I don't care what it is, all Traxxas is garbage. Junk. Would never run it. Never will. Period. And all it does is get you frustrated. And that's why people quit, man, because they can't tune a motor. Yeah, but it's because they're dealing with a Traxxas. It's not even a real Nitro. Traxxas it's fake. It's not even a real Nitro. It has a damn E-word on it. You know? That's why I thought about building that monster truck that I showed you guys at XTM. Because you don't have to have a pull start or rotor start on those. At least the XTM monster trucks, man, you can put a sealed motor on it and you can, you know, bump start that bitch. You know, which I'm not, you know, I was like, you know, maybe I might, I don't know. But then again, I thought about it, you know, and I don't know, it might be kind of difficult to find the parts that I need, or, I mean, I've found them. They're not hard. I mean, I was looking here on eBay, and for those of you, I think there's some of you that have an XTMs. They're not hard to find the parts. It's just you want to pay that price for them, because some of these people want a lot for them because they know they're discontinued. They don't make them no more. So I don't know if you want to say they're collectible, but in a sense they are. And because of that, you're going to pay a little bit more. Anything that, that's why Muggies, man. Some people, you can find a deal, and I might get a Muggie. A real low-C Muggie. But it has to be, like I said, the right deal. It has to be, the right, everything included with extra parts and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm not messing with it. You know what I mean? And, I have a lot of experience, 4 years plus of going on eBay and looking for certain parts, and that's where I bought my platforms, except for the Muggie XTM. I got that thing on Craigslist. But still, I mean, I'm looking at some of these XTM parts, and I'm like, shit, these people want a lot of money. And I'm thinking, well, hell, if they want a lot of money, I can sell that one parted out, or I might sell it as a lot, the whole shebang. I was thinking $150. Just the body, the chassis alone on that monster truck chassis that I have is $100. Easy. Okay, so $150 for all that shit? That's like, I just don't think I'll have a problem selling that. But then I don't want to sell it and then think, well, maybe I should have built that monster truck. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm still been contemplating on it. But anyway, Wikipede, again, shout out to you, bro. At least you're taking the initiative. At least you have the balls to make a video. And he's the only guy that's been stepping up. That's why he won the contest. That's why he made a video, because this guy is taking the initiative. He's taking the bull by the horn. Some of you guys out there, like I said, you're just lazy, man. Lazy fuckers. Excuse my language. And if you're lazy and you're thinking you're going to do Nitro, well, you're fucking sadly mistaken. Excuse my language. This is where the Muggie's going to get fired up a little bit, because I'm passionate about this, and I really love this hobby like crazy, man, because it's so fun. I get so much satisfaction. I love tinkering and looking at my shit, looking at it like, man, my shit looks fresh. I built that shit. I made that shit. I put this shit together. I added my little twist. I painted my own. That's why I do my own bodies. I can buy a body by Barry Gamble or Pit Dog, those guys that charge you $200 for a body. But hell, I'd rather spend that on a motor, man. That's the way I look at it. Why would I spend, certain things you're going to have to spend the money on it. Like I said before, you can't cut corners on everything, but certain things I'm like, why would I spend the money on that when it's fine the way it is, and I can take that extra couple $100. A good example is buying a compressor. I mean, I can get a compressor, but they're noisy as hell. I don't care what you tell me. There isn't one that's quiet yet that has a silencer on it, and I've seen them all. But anyway, why would I spend the $200 on that when I could spend that $200 and I could buy another Novarossi 28.8 Rex, or I can buy another Pico, or so forth, or I can buy me another pipe or two, a couple pipes for that much. That's the way I look at it, because I really don't need a compressor right now. Sure, I use the can, it's called computer air. By the way, this one works the best. If you have a Big Lots wherever you live, iHome, it's $4 a can. I think they have them 3 for $10 sometimes. I use that. It works fine. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'd rather take that money that I would spend on a pump, and I'd rather buy motors or pipes and invest. So anyway, don't be, you people, you can change from being lazy, but you need to take the initiative. You need to, get off your ass. This isn't like you're doing macrame, or you're making sweaters, or some shit like that. That's not what this hobby is, where you can just sit and just chill. I mean, you can chill. I'm not saying that. I wrench like a gentleman. This old man sits down most of the time when he's wrenching. I ain't standing up all the time. I'm turning some wrenches right now. I'm getting the Novarossi stock, bone stock Novarossi, getting the clutch set up on it, and I'm getting ready to throw it in the XTM Muggie. I think after I run this one here, the MBX7, and we rip the Pico one more time, get this shit ripping, we're gonna put her rider hard and we're not going to put her away wet because we're gonna clean her up, get her all dolled up and all spanking brand new looking again after we get her dirty. Once that's done, then we're going to fire up the XTM Mammoth again. Okay? There's a pipe I want to try in this thing. I really only run the 053 Dynamite because I think it's, you know, it runs the best on a stock Nova 28. But there's other pipes too that I want to try that I haven't tried. I mean, look at this thing. This is a sexy 14-year-old platform. This thing's 14 years old. 2004 or 5 when they came out. I mean, look at this thing. Somebody asked me, hey, you got any nitros for sale? Hell no. But I've thought about selling this thing, but you know, then I would regret it. It's my first nitro that I ever have, and it will always be like, have a sentimental value because it's my first. So I don't, you know, I couldn't sell it. And I don't think anybody would give me what I want for this. If I sold this as a roller, okay, no rims and tires, no electronics, no motor, just the roller, I would sell this thing for $500. If somebody gave me that for it, I might sell it, but I don't know really if I would. I mean, this thing, I have a lot of money in it. I mean, you look at this thing, you know, I got aluminum steering, aluminum top plate for the steering plate, front aluminum chassis stiffener. This center diff is aluminum, full aluminum. The towers, the top brake plate, it's got bearings in it. Aluminum rear, double aluminum rear chassis stiffeners. You know, I mean, the shocks I built, these are like 19mm shocks. These are like ridiculous shocks. I mean, I probably got about $1,000 into this thing. Just this center piece alone, the aluminum center piece, this was like $200 just for that. So, you know, I don't think I'd ever get my money back on it. You know, and then again, I don't really want to, I don't think I'd sell it. It's my first, man. I think that this one is one of those ones you just, because it's your first nitro, you just have to keep. You know? Just like that Offna. This Offna Hyper 21, man. This is my first real sealed motor. I mean, it didn't come sealed. I had to find a backplate for it, but this is a badass Offna Hyper 21. I'm thinking of bringing this thing out of retirement. I retired this thing almost 2 years ago. But I think I might bring it out of retirement, dust it off. She's nice and oiled up. I checked the everything, you know. It's always set at bottom dead center. All my motors that I'm not running are like that all the time. And I might throw it in for a little reunion here with the you know, the Mugen MBX 5R race buggy over there. This is the first motor and the first buggy that I had. This was the motor I ran in it. And then obviously my first real big ass, I mean, you know, big boy motor was this motor here. It's got over 2 gallons through it now. I mean, this thing is still brand new. It's got so much pinch. It's not even funny. This thing is like, I don't have to do anything. Fires up the first time. I mean, I just mess with a high-end needle. That's it. Low-end, idle, done deal. That's what I love about these 28.8s, man. They're so low maintenance, man. So if you're a newbie and you want a big size motor that you don't have to do anything, you pull it out of the box, break it in, and run the hell out of it, this is the motor you want. By the way, this motor also has the best carburetor, and if it wasn't for this carburetor, you wouldn't even run that LRP32. You would, but it would run like shit. The X-Tech carburetor, garbage. So anyway, yeah, again, shout out to Wicked and anybody else. If you guys are doing the work, why don't you put it on a video? What's so hard about that? By the way, I just deleted about 12, or not deleted, but I just blocked about a dozen of my subscribers on my channel from making any comments. If you don't know who you are, you will find out. And if that causes you to unsubscribe, I don't care. I had a guy yesterday that unsubscribed, and you know, it's funny when a couple people unsubscribe, I get like 4 or 5 more subscribing. So it doesn't matter. And not that I'm concerned about the subscribe, unsubscribe. Like I said, I don't care. Doesn't matter. That's not why I do this. It's to help people. To see guys like a Wikipedia, you know, a guy that was, you know, wasn't doing much, you know, a week ago, And, you know, he's telling me, watching John and watching me and Raja 111, man, he lives by Raja. Him and Raja are going to hook up. I mean, this guy, I'm not going to toot my horn and say, well, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. No, I don't take all the credit. I'll take some credit, okay? I take actually some pride, and it's cool to see somebody that you're affecting. You're being infectious and infecting them from getting into Nitro and really going for it. That's what excites me more than just the fact that he's doing what he's doing. It's the fact that I had a part in it, or, you know, us guys that are doing this shit for real had a part in it, and that's what motivates me. That's what makes me even want to do a video. That's what makes me, you know, I'll do the Nitro, and nothing's going to discourage me from that. But as far as doing the videos, that inspires me because it tells me, like, listen, man, if there is just one guy, not 100,000, not 10,000, not one guy that gets it and goes for it all in, that's good. I'm good, man. I could care about I mean, I would like to say that if I had at least 100 subscribers that are all full-blown, sold-out Nitro heads, man, that's a freaking serious army. Unfortunately, that shit ain't ever gonna happen. There's just no way. I mean, I don't want to say never. I take that back. It could, but it's very unlikely. Just a lot of people aren't going to do this. You know why? Because a lot of people can't. Like I said, it takes zero talent to do E-word. That's why a lot of people do it. Do you ever think about that, people? It's a question to you. Why so many people do E-word? Is it because it's cheaper? Really? Not really. Is it because it's more fun? Well, it depends who you talk to. I think it's boring. I can't even watch an E-word video. It puts me to sleep. My videos almost put me to sleep. Let alone the E-word videos. Boring, 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 boring. High-powered sewing machine. Who in the hell wants to watch? I don't. So, and obviously it doesn't take talent. Anybody can do E-word. But the question is, can that E-word guy, or if you're watching this and you're an E-word guy, can you tune a Nitro motor? Can you tune it and get that thing purring like a kitten and rocking and rolling, getting busy? Well, I don't know. That's a question. That remains to be seen, if it's something that you want to get into. Not a lot of people can. That's why they quit. That's why they don't do it. It's easier to do E-word. E-word is the easiest thing to do, man. And the easiest thing to do doesn't always pay off the most or get the most results. I just can't, man, I just thought about that. Like I said, I can't even imagine doing E-word. I would quit E-word. I would do E-word and I would run it and then I would just quit. Say, hell with this. This is like so boring. Oh my God, I can't watch E-word videos. Man. It's just like, I can't even explain it. It just can't imagine. Man, even these guys that have these crawlers. Excuse my language, that's like watching two flies fuck. Anyway, I decided because I got inspired, and yes, Mr. Wickpea, you inspired me, man. Let me show you the cave. I don't think I've done a cave tour. I might have, and that video might have got deleted too. So let me give you a tour. Explain a few things of what I got going on and maybe a few tips that'll help you of how I set up my cave. But more importantly, the things that I use in my cave and the things that I came up on my own, you know, just how I do shit, that might help you guys. If I could help somebody, that's only, you know, that's all I need. Let me help somebody. So anyway, this is my cave. This is where I live. Okay, I live in a house, have a few roommates. The guy that owns this house rents out the rooms. Now the kitchen went under major construction, and they modeled it. But when you live with like 4 or 5 guys, the Muggy's real OCD and anal about a lot of stuff. And one of the big things that I am anal about is kitchen, because I mentioned it maybe before, I don't know. I love to cook. And I'm very picky in my kitchen situation, and it's just sometimes You know, guys make a mess and they'll clean up their shit. And I'm not nobody's mother. You know, that's what it is when you have roommates. You know, it's enough with the bathroom. That's another thing I'm anal at. I hate dirty bathrooms. Hell no. Muggy can't have that. That's just the way my mother raised me and the way that I am. That's why I'm OCD about a lot of shit. And I kind of carried that into Nitro. And it's a good thing because my shit, if you look at all my platforms, no matter how much I beat them up and how dirty they get, when I'm done at the end of the day, and it maybe might take a few days, my shit looks better than brand new. That's how I roll, and that's how I always roll. I take care of my shit and I clean it in mint and keep it in tip-top shape. And I find that just eliminates a lot of headaches that you might have in the long run. Believe that or not. Okay, you can believe what you want, but if you don't upkeep and take care and maintain your shit, you will have a lot of more issues than the normal issues that you're already gonna have, that you're already gonna come across in Nitro. I mean, take that to heart. That's a fact. Okay, if you don't believe me, well then just continue to be a slob, be lazy, don't take care of your shit, and see what happens. Let me know how that works out. So anyway, I kind of ended up turning this into my own, I guess you can call this like a studio, kind of like a studio. You know what a studio is, right? Where you got, you know, you sleep, you eat, you know, everything but shower and shit, you know, because we have a bathroom here. But my room, man, it's my kitchen. It's where I sleep, and it's 90% of it is my Nitro cave. It's pretty big. You know, I got pretty fortunate. I got one of the biggest rooms in the house. So, it's pretty cool. This is my, what's up, people? Closet. Anyway, this is how the Muggy Maniac. I'm going to let you in a little bit on my personal life and how I roll, and maybe this might give you a kind of a bigger picture of why I'm the way that I am. Kind of maybe understand the Muggy. Zelda, man. Resident Evil, man, I love that shit. I used to be really, really big into gaming. My daughters are. They're older now, but they're still big kids. They're in their 20s. They're in college. They work full-time students. You know, they work and so forth. And my oldest one, she's a huge, huge gamer. My younger one, she's more into the anime stuff, and she makes outfits. She's a real good seamstress, and she can make anything. She can make me a backpack. You know, she didn't make this one, but... So, my older one, though, she's still into her game stuff, man, even at 25 now. She just turned 25. But, man, that makes me feel old. I just dated myself. I got a 25-year-old kid, my daughter. But, yeah, when she comes and visits, she wants to, you know, play, you know, let's play the new, you know, whatever game, and... I'm like, it's cool because I don't get to do it a lot, you know, and who else would you want to do it with but your kids, if you have kids. Anyway, so here, this is the beginning kind of right here. This is, you know, my mom, when I moved into this place, my mom, we were real close. She kind of hooked me up because my mom loves to cook too, and my mom's where I learned a lot of my cooking from. So anyway, she hooked me up. I got you know, it's a sick-ass microwave here. By the way, red is one of my favorite colors. Okay, so, you know, this is like, we're giving you a little tour. You know, she turned me on to this big picture. I was like, Mom, what the hell am I going to do with this giant picture? Well, I'll put it in your little kitchen area there. It'll look cool. So, you know, my mom kind of helped. Not that she did this. I set this up the way that I like it. You know, obviously, back over here, I got my little, that's my coffee area because, matter of fact, I got to fire that up. The Muggy's got to have his caffeine or he just can't function. Period. You don't want to be around me when I haven't had my coffee, you know, early in the morning. I'm not a happy camper. But anyway, you know, I got my skillet here. I got this sick-ass heater, by the way. This thing's remote control. This was a gift from one of my daughters. Pretty cool. I think you can get it at Walmart. They're like $150 or something. You know, control, you set it at a heat, and when it gets to that temperature, it comes back on and heats up the room. So anyway, you know, this is my little spice rack corner over here. I got my toaster oven. I mean, this is all you need, man. I mean, if you're a bachelor like me, man, microwave, skillet, you got a heater. I got my you know, I've got a crock pot. I've got a rice cooker. I've got all the other shit, all the other things that I need. Because I like to cook, like I said, and I make shit from scratch. You know, I can even bake a cake. The Muggy Maniac can bake a cake if he wants to. Matter of fact, that sounds good right now. But anyway, got my little, you know, I call it my Betty Crocker oven, but, you know, it's a toaster oven. Now, this thing, man, I use this thing a lot. Pizza rolls, pizzas, you know, anything. toast it right up. I can bake lasagna in that sucker. And then you gotta have the mini fridge. Here we go. Doesn't take up a lot of room. Gotta get some more eggs. You know, this is some of the stuff Muggy. You know, Muggy's got DiGiorno pizza. You gotta have that in your refrigerator, definitely. Water, tons of water. Drink a lot of water. Sometimes I'll have Monsters. You know, it's my little bread area. Then over here, this is where the Nitro cave starts to begin. This is where, you know, I love the kitchen. I love to cook, but this is my favorite section, obviously. This is where the Muggy Maniac spends a lot of his time. Okay, this is my little. This thing actually is one of those chef island type things. I mean, that I turned into. My mom tripped out. Somebody gave this to me. So I was like, they didn't want it, and I was like, I'll take it, and I turned it into, you know, this is where I do some of my wrenching. I mean, this is a cutting board that I solder on this thing, I turn wrenches, I beat the hell out of this. It's pretty cool, though, because I can just sit here, pull this out, do some wrenching, put it back in, okay? The top part, you know, I've got a bunch of these pit mats, if you get them, they're so big, man, that you're able to like, this is a JC Concept one that I have in the middle. I've got a ProTech one over there. I'm getting an Overossi one and a Techno one coming up. And they give you so much, you can take the extra pieces and you can use them like this. See, this is a piece of the JC Concept one. And underneath here, I don't know where I think I got this 99-cent store. It's like a wallpaper, but it's sticky. And it was checkered pattern. And I put it on that table where I've got the Mugen Buggy. Because I just thought it looked cool. I mean, it's checker, man. Racing. Hello. Okay. Yeah, you know, I got my little Dremel set up over here. I keep all my Dremel shit. This is my first. And I recommend this if you're a newbie. If you don't have the money to spend, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute here. Tools are very important, man, because especially when you're wrenching, and you know you should be eventually, you want decent tools. Something that'll work for now, but eventually you're going to want to invest, and you just got to invest in the MIPs, man. I know they're expensive, but man, trust me, until I got the MIPs, and I had a hard time with it because I couldn't justify spending $100 on a couple drivers, I never looked back. I use my MIPs more than anything. Mostly I use MIPs for anything that's heavy torquing or untorquing, which means I've got to get it loose because it's torqued on pretty good, or I've got to torque it down. I only use my MIPs because I won't strip anything. If anything strips, it's because of the bolt and not the driver. Most of the time it's the opposite. It's because this driver is shitty, it's not good quality, you're going to strip shit out. And eventually you're going to get like me, where you get tired of stripping shit, and you're going to like, you know what, I need to invest in the I got to get the MIPs and see what all this hype is about. And like I said, once I got them, man, there's nothing like them. They're the best. I've got another set that I'm getting too. So anyway, these are by Dynamite. 20 bucks. The only weakness on this thing is the ratchet part. You can't do a lot of heavy torquing with this. It won't hold up, you know. But it works. You know, it comes with some wrenches in here. This doesn't come with it, but it comes with this little wrench in here. You know, and you got all millimeter. Now, if you got a Losi, I'm sorry, because that's another reason I never really got a Losi. I didn't like the fact that half their shit is metric and half of it's standard. That is a joke. I'm glad on the new ones, even though I really don't care for the new X's either, that they're all metric. Losi finally said, well, you know, let's do all metric. Otherwise, when you got a Losi, the old school, you were forced to buy double of everything. Metric and standard, which that will get expensive. None of my shit and most platforms aren't standard. Mugens are all metric. Even the XTM is metric, and that's, you know, old school. The Mugen Truggy, the Techno, all metric. There ain't no half metric and half standard. I can never understand that, why Losi did that. Maybe it was to help the tool makers, manufacturers of tools, sell more tools for all the Losi people, because they had to buy both. You couldn't just buy a metric set like this. You'd have to buy a fucking, excuse my language, a standard one too. Oh man, what a joke. Anyway, this is like the little table. Oh, underneath the table, this is where it, you know, it has them more in here. Pull this out. It has this little drawer that pull. It's like a little basket, but I made it into a drawer and put one of these inserts in it. This is where I keep a lot of, you know, batteries, extra batteries, you know, kind of knickknacks, odds and ends shit. It's really unorganized right now, and I'm gonna have to get, now that I looked at it, I'm gonna have to get in here and straighten this up. I mean, the Muggy's OCD. You guys will know that. You should by now. I'm OCD about everything, unfortunately. In here, this is where I keep a lot of this is where I keep my pipes. This is my pipe box, and in my pipe box, this is why, I don't have a lot of pipes, but I got some, I mean, check it out. I keep my shit in. Some people just throw their shit in there. Man, that shit drives me bananas. I keep my shit in, sealed up like this. Especially once I clean them. I don't want them to tarnish again or whatever. I've got some 86 pipes, Dynamite, 053s. I've got a Pico, I've got Works, But there's other pipes that I don't have that I want. I want an OFNA, 86 OFNA pipe. I'm going to get an end bleed eventually. I'm just not in any hurry. The way they shipped it. I think you've seen it on my videos. They shipped that shit in a bubble wrap. I'm not paying $130 for a pipe unless it's shipped in a box. Period. End of story. So anyway, all my pipe stuff's in here. Tons of these little gaskets. I keep my small little springs in here. I mean, it's kind of messy right now. I've got my headers in here. This is a good header to run, 41001. Other than the 4132, which they kind of look similar, the 41001 is a really good header. Doesn't have as much top end as the 41032, but it's a good header. This is an extra one. I think I'm going to put this one on I'm going to run this one on the Muggy. I thought on the Muggy I have a 053 pipe that I want to try. It's brand new. I might run this. I have a Dynamite too. This is kind of like an 053. I might run this on the Muggy. Anyway, that's my pipe box. I've got where I keep my this is all my fuel shit, fuel tanks, all my extra fuel tanks, fuel line, all in here. This is my filter box. I keep all my filters in here. I keep all my shit in boxes. That's just the way I roll. Oh, crap. Oops. This is all my filter stuff. Just dropped all over the floor. I keep it all in here. Filter oil, everything. This is actually, I forgot I had this. This is the original stock, brand new still, filter for the Techno. I need to find an outerwear. If I can get an outerwear for that Techno filter, I'll run it. I like the way it's set up on there. If you've ever seen the way they're on there, they're pretty cool. I've got a Dremel box that has all my Dremels. I've got servos where I have extra servos. Most of them are just part servos where I use if I need parts for a servo. This is where I keep my fuel. Now, keep in mind, one thing I do want to note, when you store fuel, you need to store it in a cool, dark, dingy area, like it is here. Do not keep it in the light. Do not keep it where it's warm. It'll affect your fuel. It'll break down the additives in your fuel. It's just not good, okay? Store it in a cool, dark area. I've got VP fuel that is good fuel. I don't run it anymore. I have some still. But this might sound weird. VP fuel only ran well. And I'm telling you this because I experimented. When I was having a hard time getting Byrons, I ran VP because it was easier to get and it was a little bit cheaper. VP fuel is really good fuel. But the highest content, as far as 30%, it's like 9% lubricant. It's very low. It's not, too low, but I didn't feel comfortable running it. It ran great in all my rice burner motors, but when I ran it in, Italian motors, man, they didn't like that shit. They were hard to tune. I trust me, I experimented, and I was like, what the hell? And I did some research, talked around. A lot of guys say, yeah, that is what it is. Most Italian motors, they're picky on fuel sometimes, and the VP fuel, for whatever reason, my Italians didn't run well with it. Byron's never had a problem, and even other fuels. But this VP fuel runs great, but it's only good on like rice burner motors. And I know Ty Tessman uses it. and he runs OS, which is a rice burner. And I ran it in my Offna. My Offna loved it. I ran it in OS. The OS loved it. I ran the VP fuel in the Novarossis and Picos and Reds. They did not like that shit. They rejected it. So that might sound weird. You know, don't take my word. You can try it, experimenting yourself. You know, I just used Byron's. Never had an issue with it. Never had any problems with it. And that's the only fuel that I'll ever use. I won't ever change fuels. I'm not the guy that's going to go fuel jumping, I call it, you know. You guys see these. I have tons of these, man. 99-cent store, man. $1. I've got tons of it. I keep all my... This one here, I have them kind of separated. This is all, you know, plastic stuff. Mostly. Grommets. You know, rubber pieces of fuel line that I might need for whatever. I save that. Here's my favorite tool. Spark plug wrench, actually, tool. The Losi. This is the brand new one. Man, I was so happy they gave me a brand new one. Man, I love that tool. But anyway, you know, I use a bunch of these ones are cool. You know, there's other odds and ends on here. Then we got the table here. This is one of those little plastic deals. This here I have a few drawers. This is where I keep all my cleaners as far as polishing stuff. You know, my I've got Meguiar's. You know, this is the Brasso shit. If you want to keep your pipes shiny, chrome, aluminum, copper, whatever, stainless steel, this is where Brasso, man. It's not that expensive. Got some turtle wax in here. These are all my chamois I keep in here. You know, so that's that. And then, I mean, this whole thing, I just put a piece of wood on here, and then I put that paper on top, and turned it into, you know, like a little stand kind of, you know, countertop, whatever you want to call it. I can put any vehicle on here. The buggy fits the best because it's the smallest. So I keep it on here. Second drawer is where I keep all my paint shit, which you guys are going to see how I paint my bodies coming up soon. I think my body will be here any day. And as soon as I get it, man, I'm going to cut it out, get it all ready, and I'm going to start painting. I'm really excited about doing. It's been a while since I did a new body. And I do my own bodies, man. I mean, you guys can send them in and spend $100, whatever you want, but learn how to do them. They're not hard. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can. You know, it's hard to mess up those the paint body. Although, I don't know, Raja 111, by the way, shout out to my brother Raja. He managed to excuse my language, fuck that Associated paint job body up pretty good. And it didn't turn out too bad. I mean, initially at first I was like, ooh, wee, you tore that body up. He jacked that shit up, you know. And it came out okay though. Once he put the stickers on and everything, you know, I mean, it's not bad. But it's not hard, you know. I have other paints. I'm getting more paints. I got to buy some more because I'm going to try different colors. And I'm going to show you how I do the picture art on my bodies. I had a few people ask me about it. So, and the bottom drawer is kind of miscellaneous. This is where I keep a lot of my plugs and certain things and adapters. And there's a bag of rubber bands, which can never have enough of those. So, on to my next little, this is, you know, I have a lot of these TV trays that I use, come in handy. This is some of the chemicals that I use. Some of the, you know, got my 3-in-1. I've got my lubricants, you know, Lucas. You can get these at Home Depot. You get a whole pack of 3 of these tubes, different ones, for like, I don't know, $10. I use a lot of Q-tips. Got the Tri-Flow. You know, you guys seen my cleaners before. Over here, this is my one little shrine type section. These are all the things that my daughters that are into gaming and all that, especially my oldest one, that I've either collected myself or she's given me. She gave me this for both of my daughters. Went in and it wasn't cheap. Got me this one-of-a-kind collectible Legend of Zelda watch. It's pretty badass. I don't wear it very often. Although they tell me, you should wear it, Dad. We got it. And it's a collectible, man. I don't want to wear this damn thing. You know, this is the box that it came in. You know, I have a phone case. I forgot what kind of phone this is for. But it didn't fit my daughter's phone, and I was going to sell it. And I decided, you know what? Let me keep this. Is Skull Kid, Zelda. I've got, you know, I like Star Wars too. got this. This is a custom, one of a kind, a local artist in Orange County, in the county I live in, Southern Cal, Orange County. Some kid did this. It's pretty good, pretty cool. He did like stitching Lilo and Stitch or whatever, and did a Star Wars thing on it. And I ended up getting the frame for it and so forth. I got this at the swap meet. I think it came with candy in it, Stormtrooper. You know, these are just some of the things that I like, you know. I don't really collect these pops, they're called, but I like Resident Evil, so I want to try to get, there's a few more of these I want to get. Like, there's certain games that I love Resident Evil, so my daughters, whenever they see my daughter's seeing a Resident Evil, this is the Nemesis guy right here. She's all, Dad, look what I got you. I was like, oh, that's cool, because, you know, she knows I like Resident Evil. You know, so there's games that I like. God of War, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Legend of Zelda, Devil May Cry. Those are the main ones. There's a lot, you know, most guys are probably into the Halo. I'm not much on the Halo. I like the RPG games, and I like the fighting games and so forth. I'm not so much into the gun ones anymore. I used to be, but then over here we have the Wall of Fame. Could be the Wall of Shame. Let me turn this light off. There we go. I've got more buggy bodies than anything. And it's funny because I'm a truggy guy. I'm a truck guy. But I've only got one buggy, but I like my buggy. I've got a couple bodies. I'm going to do another fourth upcoming body for the Mugen. Another reason is I get these are like really cheap. If you find them, they're cheap. They're like $22, less than $30, which is cheap for a good Pro-Line body. For the Mugen, they're the Pro-Line Phantom body. I like the Phantom. I just like the way that it looks. I like that pushed back cab style. I don't like the front forward cab style. There's different ones. I like this style. It's I want to try JC Concepts. They make a pretty cool style body, but I like these bodies. I'm gonna get another one. This is where all my Losi oils and diff oils, and I use some associated too, but mostly Losi ones. This is my little shelf. I keep my wings up here. You guys have seen my motors. This is my motor. Most of these are just conversational pieces, have no guts in them, and you know, I've got my LRP .32 up there. I've got the OS up there, and those two are gonna get modded eventually. I'm just not in a hurry. This is the corner kind of section of the Nitro cave, you know, where I've got, you know, all kinds of other storage stuff, and this is where I keep all my anything that has to do with you know, hubs. I mean, I've got all these in here, wrist pins, outer drives, a lot of drivetrain, you know, hub shit. Keep in there. You know, most of my tires, I don't know if you guys can see them, they're all down here. It's kind of dark in here right now, or in that corner anyway. I keep a lot of my tires down there, you know. I've got tires, rims that I haven't even built yet. This is for the buggy. You know, this little corner section, I set up these little cork boards so you kind of make them like a, you know, where I can put some of these extra parts and shit. I got a lot of XTM parts. This part here is where, let me turn this light off and on, it keeps glaring, I can see it. My remotes. I'm a Fly Sky guy, never been a Futaba guy. Maybe one of these days I might buy one. I just don't see spending $400, I'm not even racing, on a controller that has more shit than I'll ever use. For Nitro, you don't need all the bells and whistles. Guys go out and get, you know, the 4Ps and all those expensive radios. Nah, there's half the shit you're not even going to use on Nitro. Trust me. This Fly Sky, I've never had an issue, man. I'm going to buy me another one just to have in the box, brand new. This thing I've never, the Fly Sky FS GT3B, I've never had an issue. Never, never, never. One of the most reliable radios and I've had Futabas in the past, and Airtronics, and Sanwa, and all that. I've never had any problems. And for $40, you can't go wrong, man. So if you're new and you're looking to get a decent remote and you don't have a lot of money, there you go right here, FlySky. Now if you want to get, they have other ones that are better. This was like 130 bucks, you know, which has the touch screen and has all the bells and whistles and, again, half the shit I won't ever use. But, you know, I got it because it was recommended by one of my brothers and I tried it and I like it. It's okay. It's not, you know, nothing, no big deal to me. I actually still like those better. There's just so much shit on that, you know. It's just this is a lot more basic, you know, basic what you need, you know. And here we got, sitting on my tool chest, my tool cabinet, is this sick looking muggy, you know, looking good. We did the carbon fiber deal like I showed you guys I was doing on the top. Came out pretty cool. I like the way it looks. Looks alright. You know, just a little added. I think I showed you guys the bottom. I've already done the bottom part. You know, bottom part's got the carbon fiber wrap. By the way, Mr. Wikipede, you got a nice slab of that carbon I sent you, so you can do your low-C if you want. Or you can save it for your OFNA. It'll fit on either one, so. Anyway, these are some of my tools that I use. I don't know if you guys can see that better. You know, I keep my plug wrenches up here. You know, I have various screwdrivers in here. I've got Huddies and I've got dynamites and I've got other tools. You know, this cabinet, I put it together like this, you know, it's because of the way I like my setup. These are a lot of my Mugen parts are all in here. This is the drawer. This is the way I have my drawer set up. There's the MIPs, man. I got all of these, okay, all of these that you're looking at for 50 bucks. These, if you get them individually, these are like 10 bucks a piece, 15 bucks a piece. I've seen them. These are for like your turnbuckles and small little, you know, bolts or whatever. Mostly turnbuckles, because turnbuckles are, you know, they have that little, either they're hex or they have that little slot for wrenches. But yeah, brand new, all of these 50 bucks. Now, you can go on eBay, and I think you can find standard, the 3mm, 2.5, and 1.5 without these, and without the three. Well, I'll take that back. You get the 2.5, the 2, and the 1.5. These three, they're about 30, 40 bucks. But if you look around, some people will throw in these. You'll have to see these come with it. That's how I got it. This is always going to be, this doesn't come with, this is always going to be separate. The 3mm, 20 bucks. I mean, so I paid 30 something and then 20. Less than 60 bucks. Around 60, 50 something bucks for all that. That would normally run you about over $100. Easy. So I can see, you know, if you guys think that $100, that's a lot of money for tools. But trust me, man, look around, you can find a better deal. If you just at least, at the minimum, get these three for like 30, 40 bucks, you will never, ever regret it. And you will, man, it's hard to explain. These tools, you will never strip these. You will never strip out shit again. You know, I mean, I just went through all that shit. As soon as I got these, man, forget it. If I need to get something torqued down really good, and I know, you know, and there might be a chance that it could strip, with these tools, that ain't happening. It ain't gonna strip. Unless the bolt is just garbage, then, you know, that will happen. So anyway, on the bottom of this cabinet, this is the inside of it. You know, I have this set up. I got my wrenches over here, bigger wrenches, box wrenches, you know, socket sets, crescents. Keep a lot of my other tools, drills, drill bits, cleaning brushes, some more of my cleaning shit. I want to change this around. I haven't really done much to it. My mom got me this cabinet for Christmas, which was pretty cool. The same mother that thinks that I'm playing these toys, my toy truck she calls them. She actually got it for me because she knows that how much it means to me. And she's like, let me buy you this cabinet. You know, it was on sale, like 200 bucks. You know, it's not nothing big, but, you know, they have another piece that goes to it that has a bunch of drawers that I'm going to get and put next to it. So I think it's about the height of this handle. and it has a wood top on it, and it has a bunch of drawers, and it matches this that I'm going to put on the side. So that's going to be the next upgrade, so I'm going to get more drawers. So let's continue. I got this bulletin board. This is where all the vendors that I deal with, that I stay connected with, if I need shit or looking for stuff. These are the main ones. You know, I've got Rick's Card up here, RV Mods. You know, I've got some of my various hobby shops that are around here. Gearbox, Ultimate Hobbies, you know, Street Hobbies, you know, Rob's RC. You know, these are some of the hobby shops that I deal with that, you know, that don't have a lot for me, but at least they have a few things that I can get sometimes. This is the last section, and then we're going to kill this video. This is another hour. I mean, I just wanted to show you guys kind of where the Muggy Maniac, you know, does his wrenching and show you some of the things that I use. And, you know, you guys can, there's a lot of this stuff man, 99-cent store, thrift stores, garage sales, freaking swap meets. I mean, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Certain things are going to cost you, you know, money, you know, like the tools, like a cabinet, certain things, but certain things, they don't have to be expensive. If you don't have a temp gun, get yourself a temp gun. Get yourself a heat gun. You're going to need one of these eventually if you want to learn how to break in motors. You know? This is where I keep, you know, I have a box. I got to get another one of these. I have more. This is one of them. This is where I keep all my clutch shit. Here, there you go. There's most of the Muggy's clutch stuff is all in here. Shoes, springs, bearings, washers, shims, flywheels. Everything is in here. Most of my stuff. I've got more, but that's just some of it. These little tiny cabinet, these little drawers right 99-cent store. I think well, actually it was like $1.50. So I keep a lot of my stuff in here. Man, I've got shocks, shock springs. You know, I've got, you know, extra shocks, Mugen shocks, XTM shocks. You know, I keep my sandpaper in one here, my little tiny sandpapers. All my plastic parts and stuff, certain things in here. I don't even know what that's doing in here, but anyway. Hinge pins, all hinge pins, you know, stuff like that. Zip ties, a little caddy here of my lubricants that I use, bearing oil, you know, Muggy juice, so forth. You know, tools. Invest in one of these. Invest in a freaking micrometer. You trust me, man. You need to have one of these. It'll save you a lot of trouble. Trust me. Put it that way. Especially when you're getting shit online and you need to know the measurements of the size of it. There you go. Now the batteries that I use, Life batteries, and I gave it to one of the guys. I think it was Nitro. I forgot which guy it was. Anyway, you know who you are. This is the Reedy battery. Life battery, 1600. 2S. Recommend this. This will fit in the Mugens. It'll fit in the Associateds. Most vehicles that require the longer skinny battery. As far as if you got Locy's, the Locy's will take this one. This is the one I use. ProTech 1600, or this is the 1800. 32 bucks. There's your info right there. So anyway, but yeah, that's about it. Oh, and one last thing before I go. I gotta go, get going, get ready. I'm gonna do some brapping eventually here soon today. This tool, it's called what's the name of the company? Connexus, whatever. This thing is, I love this thing, man. It's a good tool. 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. Invest in that. That's a good starter kit, starter tool, you know. But that's it. That's the Muggy's Cave. This is where I spend most of my time, because my laptop's right here and everything. This is where I do most of my, you know, little wrenching and shit. So, again, that's a look at the Muggy's Cave, what he's got going on. There's going to be some updates and some changes, but, you know, I got this little caddy, man. I think I got this caddy like a 99-cent store too, and I keep a lot of my shit in here. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have to set up your cave, people. You just gotta have the ambition. You gotta have the vision. Think outside of the box. And if you're lazy, then there's nothing I can do for you, really. The only thing I can do for you if you're lazy, like I said, is give you the best piece of advice I can give a lazy person. Somebody that just doesn't want to do the work. Get the fuck out of Nitro and go get yourself an E-word. That's the advice I can give you. Because E-word, it doesn't take an effort, doesn't take a lot of work. You just charge your LiPo battery. Hopefully it doesn't blow up or burn down your house or whatever. And then eventually, melt your vehicle. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't wish that on anybody. But you never know. That's why I don't use LiPos. And you plug it in and you go and you run your battery. You plug another battery in and you go. You don't have to do nothing to it. You don't even have to clean the damn thing. And that's it. So if that works for you and you like the sound of the high-power sewing machine, go for it. But anyway, that's it. That's another long video with a Muggy. But I just wanted you guys to show you, this is the Muggy's cave, man. This is my center table. Obviously, this is where a lot of the main wrenching goes. And, for the, the truckies are usually hanging out in here. This is where the big boys hang, okay? This is where the sick-ass whips go here. Not that my other ones aren't sick-ass whips. All my whips are, to me anyway. But these are where the big dogs eat, right here. This is where they get their TLC from the Muggy, right here. So, she's ready to rip, tear some shit up. Was gonna go to this one, but after that one, we're gonna go old school. We're gonna go Muggy. We're gonna switch a couple things up. Who knows? I might throw a modded motor in that Muggy, just for the hell of it, and see what happens. See if the gearboxes hold up. I don't know, but anyway, that's all I got, people. This video is hella long. I don't apologize for it. That's just me. I got so much shit to talk about, and I wanted to kind of just let you in and share with the Muggy Maniac, how he rolls and where he sleeps, eats, shits, and breathes Nitro, man. So I'm out. Remember, set your piston bottom dead center always when you're not running. A little bit of Muggy juice in there, and you're good to go. Catch you guys on the next brat video.